Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be my August TBR game, Roll the Dice with a Dash of Chaos. On my channel, I play a TBR game called Roll the Dice with a Dash of Chaos. Now this month we needed to do it in a little bit of a different location, which I did not enjoy nearly as much, so I will try my best to reconfigure things in my home so I could do it the old way again for September. I did miss the July TBR game. My reading has just not been up to par this year, but I have caught the reading bug again and I have been picking up the pace over the last week or so, so I'm actually really excited about doing an August TBR. I feel like I want to read so many books before the end of summer when my work schedule becomes super crazy once again. Because I am so enamored again with reading and because I missed July, I am choosing to do 6 rolls for this TBR. So I'm going to stop chatting your ear off and let's go ahead and set up our Roll the Dice with a Dash of Chaos TBR game, and I'll meet you right back here with my picks. Alright you guys, we're playing Roll the Dice with a Dash of Chaos a little bit differently today, just because the kids are home for summer vacation, so it's a little bit chaotic. So we are on my duvet, so don't mind that. I do still have the books laid out 1 through 12. 1 is always the challenge jar because we're rolling 2 dice, so obviously we cannot roll a 1. I'm still going to randomly place my hard prompts, easy prompts, and Kindle, and I'll just move the books to the side. I have a stack of replacement books over here as well, but let us place my Kindle first in spot number 11. So we're gonna take Oathbound out, put in the Kindle. Next, we're going to place the bin of hard prompts in spot number 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We're removing the Hero of Ages to place that there. And then the bin of easy prompts in spot number 3. So we're removing Dark Dawn and putting those there. So this is what we're working with to start, and I will replace the books as we roll. I think I want to do 6 rolls for August, and we'll see what the TBR is looking like. I missed last month, so I'm eager to make kind of a bigger TBR since I've had free reign this month in July. But let's go ahead and roll. Roll number 1. Doubles. Okay, this is actually a stand-in. I've already read Wild Love, but I will be reading Wild Eyes, the second book in the series. And then doubles means we pull a challenge, binge a series. So whether that's start to finish or there's just 2 or more books to finish, I need to binge through a series and knock it off my list. I think I'm gonna go with the Infernal Devices. I still need to read Clockwork Prince and Clockwork Princess, and I'm eager to get to those. These are on the top of my 25 to read in 2025, so I think that's a good pick. So that is adding 3 technically pretty chunky books on the TBR with the first roll. I'm going to put Dark Dawn in this spot and the Hero of Ages over here. Actually, I feel like to stay true to how the game is usually played, things should kind of shift down. How is that? Okay, roll number 2. 10. So we have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. My Kindle, I will choose a book that's on my Kindle, on Kindle Unlimited, or just an ebook that I have, and I will keep that there. Roll number 3. 9, 7, 8, 9. We Used to Live Here by Marcus. I'm not sure how to pronounce that last name. This is a thriller or a horror book, and it's a Canadian author, so we love that. And we will shift these books down, put Oathbound back. Roll number 4. 7, Small Favors by Erin Craig. This cover is absolutely beautiful. I feel like I don't prefer this method, but we're making do while we can for the summer. Roll number 5. 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oathbound by Tracy Dion. This is the 3rd book in the Legend-Born cycle, and I believe that this is the series finale. This one is quite a chunky book, which makes me a little bit nervous. All right, 6th and final roll. 8. We got no small numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That is my Kindle again. So I can make this really easy on myself or hard on myself depending on what Kindle books I choose. So that's what our TBR stack is looking like from rolling the dice. But I will say a lot of the books I have to read shortly, whether at the very end of July or into August. Looks more like we need Rebel Witch. I need If I Disappear, Dark Dawn, and The Hero of Ages. So more realistically, that is what my TBR looks like, plus the 2 Kindle books. So I certainly have my work cut out for me. I'm really happy with the selection that I got. However, 3 of the biggest top priority books I had in my lineup did not get chosen. So those are additional books on top of the 6 rolls, the challenges. So I'm quite intimidated looking at this pile of books, but honestly, I'm still so excited to dive in. Roll number 1 was Wild Love, but actually this is standing in for Wild Eyes, the 2nd book in the Rose Hill series by Elsie Silver. This series is a small town romance series set in British Columbia. Elsie Silver is a Canadian author, and I love supporting Canadian authors as I am Canadian as well. This was one of, I have a hair in my lip gloss, one of only 3 5-stars that I've had so far in 2025, so I have high hopes going into Wild Eyes. I do know that that is West's story, and we have a country star singer roll into town. So I'm curious on how that's going to play out. This series is full of the single dad trope, which has been fun so far. That was doubles because of course it was. We just had to kick it off on a really tough note, and the challenge prompt I got was binge a series. I'm really terrible at continuing with series, so this is a challenge for me, certainly. And I was a good nugget, and I reflected on my 25 book streak in 2025. And I'm going to binge the rest of the Infernal Devices by Cassandra Clare. I did read Clockwork Angel last year sometime, and these have just been sitting on my shelves. So I need to binge read or just complete the series this month. Clockwork Prince, which is the 2nd book, and Clockwork Princess, which is the 3rd book. I have mismatched editions because I do thrift these. You can usually find them for a couple of dollars at thrift stores, and I'm really looking forward to this. I definitely enjoyed Clockwork Angel more than I have enjoyed the mortal instruments. I like the more historical setting. We are set in London in the 1800s in this series. We still have, you know, the Shadow Hunter, the Codex, the demons, all of that is still reflected in the series, same as the mortal instruments, but I'm just liking the gloomy 1800s London setting a bit more. So far so good. I'm hoping I need to finish this series in the month of August. Rule number 2, I got my Kindle so I can read any book on Kindle Unlimited or a book that I just have housed on my Kindle. And in July I was really hoping to dive into, is it the Gods and Monsters series, the first book being the Book of Asriel by Amber V. Nicole. I didn't get to it this month, so I'm going to put that on my official TBR going into August. I am a member of Rachel's Patreon, Raven-Haired Reader, and we are doing like a series read along with live shows, and I just didn't get to the Book of Asriel in July, so I'm hoping to pick it up pretty early on in the month of August. I don't know anything about this except that it is a dark fantasy romance, and I believe that our FMC is the villain. Am I getting that correctly? And I think it's more of an urban setting, but maybe none of those things are true. I'm going in blind on purpose, but I'm really excited to pick that up. Rule number 3, I got a library book. I've been terrible at still requesting books from my library, but I've been returning them unread, which is just ridiculous. So I included my library books in my game. And we got We Used to Live Here by Marcus, I don't know how to pronounce his last name, another Canadian author. This is a thriller or horror book that people were like losing their minds over. I believe it's a newer release and is a debut novel. This family moves into this home and then somebody knocks on the door, this other family, and they say, "We used to live here. Can we come in and have a look at how the house looks like now?" But then they won't leave. And scary things happen, of course. So I'm really looking forward to this. It is not very long, just about 300 pages, which is really amazing for a thriller. Rule number 4, I got Small Favors by Erin A. Craig. Erin A. Craig is an author I was told that I would really like because I tend to like YA gothic fantasy. Not that, I don't even know if this is a YA gothic fantasy, but that this author writes in a way that they thought that I would enjoy. So when I saw this at a thrift store, I just had to get it because the cover is absolutely amazing. I love bees, and there's bees and honey all over this, and it says, "Enter not the forest deep, beyond the bells the dark fiends keep." So I think that it says unique, enchanting, and haunting. I'm really looking forward to this. The heart's desire always comes with a price. Like, all those things sound gothic, a little more dark and compelling, but then you have this cover that looks like spring and summer, and I think that is the point, like to lure you in or lure our characters in. I don't know. I'm really excited for this though. Rule number 5, I got another library book. This one I literally just got out from the library. It's Oathbound by Tracy Dion. This is the 3rd book in the Legendborn cycle, Legendborn being the first book. I really enjoyed Legendborn. I've read it twice and I gave it 4 or 5 stars both times. The middle book in the series I really struggled through. There was a lot of traveling, a lot of telling and not showing, and the ending just really came out of left field to set up this book, but I feel like I don't know how to explain it. This, I think, finishes the series, so it's a series finale, which I'm looking forward to, but it is huge. It is 640 pages, but I mean, the spacing is pretty good on the text. So we'll see if I can get through this. I really need to finish some stinking series because I'm in the middle of like 70. So we're working on that this month. This This series is a King Arthur retelling. Bree, our main character, is 16 or 17 and goes to this university to start college classes because she is very intelligent, and she gets wrapped up in the secret society, which is like King Arthur's round table. And there is, you know, magic and demons and all of that in this story that makes it really fun. This series has a lot of discussions on grief that I think are really well done, and also dives into how Bree feels entering into the secret society, which is 90+% white. And we have some discussions on colonialism, and I think these topics in this fantasy setting, it's an urban fantasy, it's set in the US, is just really interesting. I enjoy the discussions being had in the series. Just the plot itself kind of lost me in the second book. Our sixth and final roll was my Kindle once again, and I don't have anything specific that I know I for sure want to read. Sam and I are buddy reading the Lady of Shadows series by Melissa K. Rourke. We could pick up the next book in that. I have been really eyeballing Phantasma by Kaylee Smith. I think that would be like a popcorn fast read that I can really dive into. I'm not wanting to get bogged down. I have a lot of really thick books on here, but I'm also doing some like reading challenges. I am craving kind of like a good enemies to lovers romantasy. I don't know. If you have something that you think I really should pick up ASAP, let me know. But I have another Kindle read slotted into this TBR, so I do need to choose something. And then on top of that, that is the official TBR. Those are our 6 rolls. I really needed to get these 3 books on my August TBR because I have a reading vlog coming in which I need to read these. So spoiler for that. But these will finish off 3 more series. So I have The Hero of Ages by Brandon Sanderson, which has been on approximately 500 TBRs of mine, but it's officially slotted into a reading blog that hopefully I can complete in August. Looking at the stack now, I'm not too sure, but this will be coming. August or September, I don't know. This is the 3rd book in the Mistborn series by Brandon Sanderson. I will also be reading Dark Dawn by Jay Kristoff. This finishes the Nevernight Chronicles. We're following Mia Corvair, who's an assassin, and I loved both books 1 and book 2, so I'm really excited to dive back in. This is like borderline grimdark adult fantasy, so a bit on the darker side compared to like all the other reads on this list. And then finally, Rebel Witch by Kristen Cicerelli. I've heard nothing but amazing things. This will wrap up the Crimson Moth duology, and I loved Heartless Hunter so much. It says love has never been so deadly. So maybe this is like the enemies to lovers I'm craving. I don't know. I'm open to anything right now. And that's really exciting for me to say because I feel like I've been in such a slump for months, but I know I'm going to love this. So this will also be in that reading blog, but I was really hoping that these 3 books could be a part of the official TBR, like our rolls, because that would push me to work on that reading vlog a bit faster rather than focusing on the other 6 rolls we had. Technically we have 8 books on the official TBR because of The Infernal Devices by Cassandra Clare, but this is a crazy stack. This is the stack of books. She's chunky. We've got some big books on this list. That is everything on my insane August TBR. Let me know what books you think I should pick up first. Give me some enemies to lovers romantasy recommendations that you think I'll be obsessed with. Enemies to lovers is a very easy prompt to fill in a challenge, which is why I need to read one, but it's almost like I'm spoiled for choice, and that's why I want some specific recommendations from you guys, and hopefully something you think I would love, because I feel like if I just want Like if I just look up enemies to lovers romance, it's like every fantasy romance book ever. And I can't make a decision to save my life. So that's where we're at. I'm going to stop rambling. If you enjoyed today's TBR video, please do give it a thumbs up so that I know, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!